little bit later. Like, I'll cut this bit out, like this part.
Oh, that's interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to edit this out. No worries.
It was very interesting. Oh, hi!
Hi.
Welcome back to the 35th Mill. I'm Phil and this is Drew.
Yep. That's us.
Hey guys, now we're going to talk to you about Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes, Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Except that they told a whole movie about it.
They did. A great movie, actually.
Yeah. So, for you Pirates fans out there, this is a well and truly deserved return to form.
Absolutely. This was, I think it went back to the original feeling of the first three. This was a great movie to they say finish it up. Oh, we'll
no.
see about that.
That's a poor marketing campaign right there, because the film is anything but a completion. Get ready for a few more Pirates films.
This is after a 5-year gap since the last one. We see Captain Jack Sparrow back to his bumbling, foolish ways.
And a little bit down on his luck.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, he doesn't have the Black Pearl, as we learned in the fourth one.
Yep.
You know, he's trying to hold his crew together, and of course we have our villain, our nemesis of Captain Jack and his foolish ways, back from a time when he was less drunk and less pathetic. Javier Bardem plays
The evil Captain Salazar.
Yeah, very well, by the way, amazingly well. In fact, I think.
Javier should stick to playing villains. He is so good at it.
He's such a, he reminds me of Christoph Waltz in some ways. In that,
yes,
like you'd like him, but he's evil and weird.
No wonder they both played consecutive Bond villains.
Correct, exactly right.
It's absolutely understandable. But anyway, the film itself takes place about 20 years after the third movie, which kind of works. Where we see our main character, it's not much of a spoiler really, but our main character is Will and Elizabeth's son, young Henry Turner, who is on the hunt for Jack, and in so doing he stumbles across a young woman with a mysterious past who considers herself somewhat of a scientist in a world where women are not really considered for their academics.
No, but more of their body abilities.
Yeah, and the film takes no hesitation in allowing her to correct people, and we certainly get to see the rest of the world try to poke fun at her. But
she stands on her own 2 feet, though. She's probably the strongest character in the film. I don't mean that as in terms of...
if you remember how strong Elizabeth was in the first film, we've got that same strength, but in a new character, and it's in no way a retread of the first movie. It just has the same feel of originality and style to it.
Yeah, well, apparently they used the first one as a bit of inspiration to create this one.
Yeah.
And they did a great job of it. It really did feel like almost a little bit of a rebirth for the franchise.
It did. It did.
Lots of fan service throughout.
This film is the definition of fan service without any detriment to the story.
Yeah, it doesn't feel pathetic. It doesn't feel like they're just trying to answer question after question after question or situation after situation. They just rattle it off in a story that is complete, that makes sense, that is as fun and playful as we want a Pirates of the Caribbean film to be.
Yep.
But then there's also a lot of heart to it as well, which I think is pretty nice.
If we never get another Pirates, we'd be pretty satisfied with what we got with this one. However, they've definitely left the door open, but they've also brought a few stories full circle, which is something that was a bit overdue.
Missed from the last one.
Yeah, definitely. What else? Look, the visuals are stunning. The whole film was shot up on the Gold Coast, so nice.
$20 million of our dollars went into this film, or incentives went into this film. So definitely went to good use.
It did. A lot of practical effects that held up very nicely against the visual effects. Certainly, the opening scene with Jack and his crew was a fantastic
Yeah.
piece of practical work. I, for one, was laughing constantly, not just through that, but the entire movie.
But even the setting, you know, saying that the film's set in St. Martin in the Caribbean,
Yeah.
I thought was really, really cool. The location of it, the way they used the location, and in fact several locations throughout the film. We're not going to go into too much detail in this video, but the different locations that they used really played to their strengths. I thought that where they were set or and especially in relation to the other films and everything like that, this is almost it's a new location for us, and so
it's in service of the story. Something
Definitely.
that we just got through discussing how Alien Covenant was not able to serve its story very well. This is a prime example of serving the story and still giving us all the thrills and all the elements that we'd come to expect in a Pirates film, but giving it some cohesion and giving us a very clear beginning, middle, and an end. I could not say nicer things about this film.
No,
Especially after the fourth one.
well, exactly right. You know, I think that Johnny Depp plays his character so well. Whether it really is Johnny Depp in there, this is just Johnny Depp on screen. We don't know, but
It probably is.
it probably is. But even to see the way he interacts with different characters, and I thought that you mentioned it after we saw the movie yesterday. We know that this is Will Turner's son. Henry is their son.
Yep.
But the fact that that isn't the focus of the story,
No.
it just is who he is.
Yeah.
There isn't that whole, oh, you're his son. Oh, well, I was making you.
No,
Blah, 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 blah,
they
blah, blah.
acknowledge it and they move
Move on.
on. It's not
Yeah.
the crux of the story.
I thought that was really
At the end of the day, you have several lead characters. You have Jack, you have Barbosa, you have Henry Turner, and you now have Kea Scodelario young woman, what was her name? Karina.
Yeah.
And each of them is looking for the Trident of Poseidon. And their personal reasons for doing so are there, but they're not the focus. They're not the crux of the story. It's the fact that they have to come together to find it. And that's where it's interesting. We know the MacGuffin, they're all on the hunt for it, and that drives the story forward. It doesn't get bogged down in pieces. It was a lot shorter than many of the other Pirates films. It clocked in at just over 2 hours.
But it was perfect, though.
It flew along beautifully.
They didn't fluff anything. Everything
No.
was there for a reason. Everything made sense. Everything flowed.
Yeah.
They didn't just try to push that screen time for no particular reason.
No, not at all.
I guess over to our scores then.
Yep.
I'll start once again. So I'm going to give it a 7 on a personal level. Same place that I'll rate the other Pirates of the Caribbean movies, except for the fourth one. I just thought it. You know, it's good fun, fun characters, interesting story. It's engaging, and it doesn't take itself too seriously.
Yep.
When it tries to do that, it does it really well. And then I guess on a more technical level, I'll also give it a 7. A little bit too much use of slow-mo, which you'll see. I thought that it worked the first time we saw it, but then after that it was a bit unnecessary. But of course this isn't, and I did have some, I was a little bit critical of some of the visual effects in some places and in some uses, but as Drew said to me and kind of reined me back and said, that's not really the point of the movie, and I completely agree. It's not the point of the movie. It's not a visually driven movie in the sense of its effects and everything like that. So yeah, I'll give it a 7. I thought the script was really solid, so yeah, pretty happy.
All right, yeah. Yeah, you gave 7 for both. All right, on an unbiased, on technical level, I give it a 7. I think that the visuals, while they weren't spectacular, I think part of the reason we felt that was because we did go to a 3D screening, which was something that we were pretty keen on doing because of the nature of the characters, because Captain Salazar and his crew are ghost pirates, and that leaves itself open for some very interesting visuals. So we wanted to explore that in the format. Casting was excellent. The score was fantastic. I'm chomping at the bit for when that gets released, hopefully in the next day or two. The cast was amazing, as always. Some very poignant performances, especially from Jeffrey Rush. So
Yes.
keep your eyes peeled for that. On a personal level, I give this a 9 out of 10 because I was laughing louder and heartier than anyone else in that cinema.
Sure, he did.
These movies have been very special to me from the moment the first film came out, and I felt like they were fading a little bit when the fourth one hit. And I felt last night when we saw this that it was a true return to form, and I felt the emotional connection that I had to the original trilogy, so it was nice to feel at home again. And this is certainly one that I will watch over and over for years to come. Yeah.
That does it.
So, yeah, that's it for Pirates for us. As usual, check us out. We are the 35th Mill. You can find all our links in the bio. We are on Facebook, we are on YouTube, and we've got our website up and running as well. So however you get to us, get to us.
Look at the links in the comment section below.
Yep. Comment, share your thoughts with us. You know, we love to engage with you all, and we want to know what you want to hear from us. So, yeah, drop us a line, and we'll see you soon.
Yep.